What really gets my dick hard is...
So fucking what?
Welcome to Melody Podcast, episode 9. I'm Ethan Luck.
And I'm Clint Wells.
And we are back after a long episode, our longest episode to date, the Black Album. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you listened to the entire thing because we had a hell of a time making it.
Yeah, thanks for hanging in there with us, those of you who endured the length of that episode.
I mean, it was kind of hard to not go that long. I mean, there's so much to talk about with that record, and I felt like we covered the whole gamut.
Well, let's face it, you and I could have talked for another several hours about that.
It's true, yeah.
We actually did everyone an intense justice by trimming it as much as we did.
Yeah, but I felt like we didn't trim it purposefully. We didn't sit there and make hand motions at each other like, all right, wrap it up. Nothing like that.
We let it go. Yeah, we let it be what it was.
Exactly. So anyways, this episode is dedicated to you guys, the fans, not only Metallica fans, but the fans that have been coming out of the woodworks that are fans of the podcast. This is going to be the first of many episodes dedicated to you guys, all you guys that are writing in with your comments, your questions, and specifically here, your top 10 lists. We had no idea when we made the top 10 episode that we would get so much feedback. So many of you emailed us, commented on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter with your top 10s, and we can't thank you enough because, I mean, it was overwhelming. It was so fun to read everyone's top 10s.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really exciting, and we have a lot of cool stuff in store for fans. We're going to be doing contests, and we're going to be sending out gifts, and we've got T-shirts and guitar picks, and we've got a lot of cool shit we're working on.
A lot of stuff to come for sure.
And we're going to do a lot, at least one episode a month, kind of dedicated to engaging with people who listen to us. So
yeah, I mean, I can only imagine that the amount of contact we got just from that one top 10 episode. I would only assume it's going to grow from there. So keep sending us emails, keep commenting on all the social media accounts. We pay attention, we listen, we reply. We like to be engaged with you guys. This is the whole reason we started this, was to expand the Metallica family in some kind of way. We love Metallica, we have since we were young, and that's the whole reason we're sitting in front of microphones right now. And it's because of you guys listening at home, at work, in your car, wherever, that we want to keep doing this. So
totally.
So so all that to say, this episode and many more to come in the future are dedicated to you guys. So let's get right into it. We're going to start by reading a bunch of just general feedback, comments, stuff like that before we get into top 10 lists, from the Metallica message board to Reddit. Stuff like that. So,
did you notice, by the way, just then, that I had the first totally of the episode?
Did you really?
It was me.
Oh man, thank God.
I did it. I broke the totally ice.
You did. Thank you very much, because that's been under harsh criticism lately. How many times I say totally? But
you've been under some real heat.
I totally between that and this first comment I'm about to read, I'm under some heat lately. So
all right.
I'll go ahead and start, I guess. So this is from the message board. If you're a 5th member, you have access to the message board and you can post things and all that stuff. So from the message board, Jeff RBTW wrote in, "Oh my God, it drove me crazy when he said the outlaw," he being me, when he said the outlaw torn wasn't on S&M, and then even looked it up and didn't see it. I like your podcast. Keep up with the good work. Well, Jeff RBTW, I've been getting a lot of shit over this, and thank you, Clint Wells, for laughing at your friend's face.
I literally just snorted.
We talked about this on the Black Album episode very briefly, but yeah, my mistake, my apology. When we're doing these episodes, our brains are wrapped around whatever that record is, and so or not whatever subject, not what record, but that's all we're thinking about. So when there's kind of a curveball thrown in, and then I have to look something up on the fly on my phone real quick, sometimes you forget stuff. So my apologies to Jeff RBTW.
We're gonna get some stuff wrong. It's okay.
It's gonna happen. We're human beings. We're imperfect. So
we're minus human beings.
Yeah, totally.
Which by the way, is on S&M.
Yeah. Thank you.
You can't convince me.
I'm not even going to look it up because I don't want to be on the freaking shit list of everybody.
So I have
jeez.
Okay. Oh man. So I have a Reddit user named GPC Ham. So we're gonna get a lot of these monikers and usernames wrong because some of them are just strange and hard to say. So this dude says, "Guys, loving this podcast. Great chemistry. Thank you.
Cute.
Well researched and insightful. Have listened to the first 2 episodes and I'm really looking forward to this one." I think he wrote that in response to when we put out the Cliff episode, because we put out the first 3 episodes kind of in a little bundle.
Yeah.
And this is one of the first guys that kind of reached out and wanted to show some support and say hi. And
That's great.
yeah, it's cool. I appreciate him. Another Reddit user, Opeth or Die.
Opeth, like the band?
Yeah.
Opeth
well, I'm
or
assuming
Die. Wow.
Opeth or Die. Yeah. So that's
commitment.
it's pretty chill.
It's so chill.
He writes, "This is really perfect timing for a podcast strictly about Metallica. Ever since Hardwired came out, I've been on a massive Metallica binge."
Same here.
Fuck yeah, good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
He says, "I'm sure I'm not the only one who's done this. Starting with the track by track of Kill 'Em All, now Ride the Lightning. I've been going back and forth with your discussions and then playing the songs. It's been a fun ride already, and I'm excited to keep it going for all the other albums. Keep up the good work."
That's cool. It's almost like we're teaching a class, and he's like, hitting pause and listening to the songs or the records. And
dude, it's a high compliment if you can't even get through an episode because you're getting so charged up about
that's great.
Escape, for example.
Totally.
That you have to go back and revisit it.
That's awesome.
That's fucking
Dude,
awesome.
Thank you.
For sure.
I love that, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Opeth or Die.
Well, going back to fucking Outlaw.
Oh boy, more Outlaw?
Yeah. Well, it's not about that. It's just the username. The Charming Outlaw from the Metallica message board said, "What will you guys be doing next? It'd be cool if you did an episode on Injustice for All. That's my favorite Metallica album." Well, the Charming Outlaw, fear not, we will eventually get to Injustice for All, of course. We're going to cover every record, even live records, like S&M, Garage Inc., even the metal, original Metal Up Your Ass demo, all that stuff.
Well, yeah, for sure.
But as far as next after this fan episode?
Yeah, I don't know. It may be a few months from now. We haven't quite mapped out. We don't really know kind of what we're doing yet in terms of like how we're going to get to each record, and
we're not doing anything like chronological. So Clint and I basically through texting and phone calls throughout the week when we're out on the road or whatever, we'll kind of like, hey, it'd be cool if we did the Black Album next, which we obviously just released, stuff like that, and we'll kind of just spit ideas back and forth to each other, and then settle on a couple episodes to do in one night.
True, and I will say this about Justice, and you may disagree, I don't know, but so Ethan's favorite Metallica record is Puppets. Mine is Ride the Lightning. I think maybe both of our second favorite records is Justice.
Yeah, mine. Yeah, that's definitely mine.
So that's going to be a really exciting episode.
I can't wait to do that episode. I will say I don't know if we're going to do it really soon, because we want to really start straying off into doing episodes on members, on tours, on gear, other things. We don't want to knock out all the albums. Because of course that's the most exciting thing about Metallica is the music. So
and there are only 10 of them, and we've already done 5 of them. 6,
almost. We're getting there, but yeah, we don't want to blow our wad on all the records. So we're going to be straying from the past. So we're not sure when we'll do Injustice for All, but the Charming Outlaw. Thanks for your comment, and we will do it at some point. We promise.
It's coming up for sure.
Yeah. What you got?
A Reddit user named A Fair Judgment, which. Interesting moniker. A Fair Judgment.
A Fair Judgment, yeah.
Sure, I agree. He says, you guys should...
What? Tell me, what are you about to read? Jeez.
This is proof that we did not pre-read these.
I did not. Clint printed all these out and just put them in my hand about 10 minutes ago.
You guys sure say totally a lot.
Thank you. Great.
Great podcast. And then he says, great podcast, exclamation point.
Well, he said, you guys. It's probably me, though.
I can't imagine I'm contribute too much to that.
I'm trying not to get self-conscious about all this stuff.
I told you in the last episode, don't be.
I know. Well, God, speaking of Ethan being under the microscope, from the Metallica message board, here we go. CSBBB89, which I feel like that's kind of like an old school like AOL chat room username, but I appreciate it. I assume you're born in 89, or that's when you got Injustice, whatever. CSBBB89 on the message board said, the Outlaw Torn seems to be a slippery devil for you guys. S&M couldn't have been any more awesome. You guys should definitely make sure to cover that in depth at some point if you get the chance. Trust us, we will get the chance. We will cover it. Clint and I love that record. I would say before we record the episode, we will probably not only listen to it, but actually watch the performance.
Yeah.
Which I have, by the way, on VHS in my house right now.
Do you own a VCR?
I did. I don't anymore, but I'm not going to get rid of it. I can't get rid of it.
I mean, we should find a way to get a VCR to watch it.
Yeah, we could.
Adjust the tracking. Do you remember adjusting tracking?
Oh, of course, yeah, totally. Okay. Oh, it's looking a little fuzzy, But okay, hopefully that's the last Outlaw Torn thing. But yeah, it is a slippery devil for not you guys. I'd say for me, that was all my fault. I'm done apologizing for it. Let's move on. Gosh, I'm gonna move on to another comment while you're laughing still because this is a short one, but very nice. Real M George from the Metallica message board said, "Love the podcast. Great work." Short and sweet,
cool.
But thank you so much.
Thanks, dude.
Like we said at the top of the episode, I mean, getting all this feedback really means the world to us because we just jumped into this because we're Metallica fans and we're good friends, and this is what we talk about when we hang out at our local favorite bar called Mickey's Tavern. We sit there and talk about Metallica and music and just geek out for hours, and all of a sudden it's 2 a.m. and we're Ubering home. So thank you very much, Real M George.
Do you remember that time we were Ubering home from Mickey's and the Uber driver was playing Today is a Good Day?
Oh, yeah. That was awesome.
And I was like, turn it up.
I
was in the front seat for some reason.
I was in the front seat. You were in the back seat.
Right. And I was like, turn it up.
You leaned over dude's shoulder and he was playing Ice Cube and you were like, turn this shit up.
Very metal of me.
It was amazing.
From Reddit, Game Gooch.
Game Gooch.
Game Gooch.
Cool.
Writes, keep them coming, guys. You're killing it. Happy face.
Oh, happy face. Nice.
That's cool. Thanks, Game Gooch. Frankster from Reddit writes...
The Frankster.
Frankster, but the E's in Frankster are 3s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just like a deep level.
Yeah, totally.
Frankster writes, loving it. Question, how many podcasts can we expect per week? Well, if you've been, and we're kind of catching up on some of these comments, but if you've been checking it out, Frankster, we're going to be doing one a week. And Ethan and I travel for our jobs, and if you listen to the Hardwired episode, you heard that was our first episode where we sort of made it work while we were both in hotel rooms in different parts of the country.
It's possible. We can do it.
And we, if we can't really do current news sometimes for episodes, it's because we sort of, when we're home for a stretch, like for example, if Ethan's home for a week or I'm home for a week, we'll try to make some time to knock out 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah, kind of gets us ahead for the month.
So we're aiming for one a week indefinitely.
Yeah. I think that's been kind of our goal from the beginning, aside from releasing 3 episodes at once on January 1st. But that's not to say that in the future, if Clint and I are both home in Nashville for a good amount of time, that we might have a bonus episode we throw out on a Friday or something. But for now, you can expect an episode of Metal Up Your Podcast every Monday. I think that's safe to say.
And yeah, that's right. And so I guess it technically is like midnight of Sunday. So for we actually have international listeners.
Have listeners. Yeah. So the service we use to put this thing out is called Simplecast. And if anyone that works at Simplecast is listening, sponsor the show, man. Come on, help us out. But it's a good service, and in the back end of that website, we can look at stats and see how many listens we have. Speaking of, before the Hardwired episode came out, we hit 2,000 listens on all these episodes, which is blowing our minds because we didn't know what this thing was going to do. We just did it because we love Metallica, and we can't thank you guys enough for all the listens. And hitting 2,000 before the end of our first month is a pretty cool milestone for us.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, back to the message board. Phantom Lord 3. Obviously, I love the name. I listened to all the episodes today. These are really good, and you guys have a good chemistry. Thank you again. I found myself responding out loud to you guys. Haha. I'm really excited for the upcoming episodes. This is exactly what I've been wanting. Everyone on here should subscribe to this. Thank you very much, Phantom Lord 3. And I can relate to this as a podcast listener of other shows. I respond out loud when I'm listening to other episodes. If someone says something, whether it's, messing up the Outlaw Torn or whatever, I I love that about podcasts. You feel like you're a fly on the wall, and you sit there and yell at your radio or your speaker or whatever you're listening on. So yeah, Phantom Lord 3. I'm glad you're engaging in the episode all by yourself. Let's see some video of you just yelling at us while you're listening. But thank you for encouraging other people to subscribe to this. That means a lot.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Tristan Korb on Reddit says, you guys have great chemistry. Again, the C word.
Wow, man.
You guys
Look at us. Yay us.
Should we just be together?
We probably should. It's legal nationally. Hopefully
forever.
For the time being, yeah.
We'll see what happens with...
I think our wives would be cool with that.
My wife would be.
My wife would definitely be.
You two have great chemistry, and I'm looking forward to more. You guys will be discussing... will you guys be doing discussions for every album? Yes.
Yeah.
We will. Not only studio records, but also live records, kind of unofficial live shit.
Also releases that we probably don't want to, but we're going to. Like Lulu.
We're going to do Lulu. We're going to do Saint Anger.
I don't really want to, but we're going to.
We're going to do Beyond Magnetic.
Yeah.
We're going to literally cover everything Metallica has ever done.
Yeah. Yeah. If now I don't know if we'll necessarily do like, unofficial bootleg kind of random crap, because that, I mean, how many live shows can you cover, I guess, but anything Metallica is officially released, it's going to get covered. And we might go outside of that a little bit. I mean, if there's like a awesome, bootleg show that, was something special that was different from normal shows,
right.
Sure, maybe we'll talk about that, but you can definitely count on every official Metallica release we're covering.
Yeah, and everything in between. I mean...
Yeah, members gear, all that stuff. One of the last ones I have here from the message board is from Vannacy. It's Vannacee.
Yeah, I know that dude. I correspond with that dude on the forum.
Okay, cool.
He's cool.
Awesome.
Or he or she, whoever
She,
gender.
Yeah, no judgment here. No judgment here. This is a safe place. It is. Have you read / looked through the newest book on Metallica, Back to the Front? I personally don't have it yet, but per the reviews here, it's a must read. I would love to get that book, but I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you. It's fucking expensive.
I know. I feel the same way.
It's really expensive. I would love to have it one day. I've seen some images just online from it, and there was actually a really cool thing. I don't know if you guys who are listening follow Ray Burton on Instagram, but I think it's Cliff Burton Family is the handle. He in a I believe in a Metallica freaking why am I blanking on what it's fucking called, apron, like a cooking apron.
I understand why you might have been blanking on that.
He's wearing one, and
wearing
he's
an apron, a cooking apron,
and he's talking about it. Anyways, or maybe that was a Thanksgiving, whatever. Now I'm gonna get shit for this. This is the new Outlaw Torn. Ray Burton was not wearing a cooking apron. Anyways, there's a video that Metallica put up, and it's on the Cliff Burton Family Instagram of him receiving the book and flipping through it, and it's really cool because it's him looking at a lot of photos he's never seen before.
Cool.
And by the way, he just recently turned 92.
Wow.
A couple days ago, from when we recorded this, but I guess it'd be about 2 weeks ago. So yeah, it's really cool. It's him looking through, seeing pictures of his son that he's never seen, which I'd imagine that's a really cool feeling.
Yeah. Wow. I have books, like I have the Tom Petty book, the book that came out with Running Down a Dream. I have the U2 book, and I have the I have these kind of big coffee table compendium books.
I've got a Clash one that's really awesome.
There's a Pearl Jam one called Pearl Jam 20 that's great. I would love to leaf through it and see it, but I'm with you. Like it's kind of expensive, and
it's one of those, if maybe your wife or someone in your family is like, I gotta get you something for Christmas.
It's like
what do
a
you
gift.
Want? It's definitely a gift. Like the Clash book I got is like one of those coffee table books with all these amazing photos in it and stories and this and that. And a friend of mine named Russ Hickman gave it to me for my birthday one year, and because he knows I'm a big Clash fan. So
I'm glad it exists, and I hope to check it out. I really do, because a whole like compendium book devoted to the making of that record.
It's pretty cool.
Sounds really fun.
It sounds so fun. I wish they would have really
because it's your favorite record.
Yep, totally. And I should own it, but man, it's not cheap.
I get it.
It's not cheap. Yeah. Sorry. What do you got next?
This is
great.
funny.
Outlaw Torn. Totally. What is it?
I don't. This is not about Outlaw Torn,
Ray-Burn's
but
apron.
but I don't think you're out of the Outlaw Torn weeds yet.
I
But
know I'm not. There's no way I'm out of that. Gosh.
here's the deal, man. People, that song is just so beloved.
I know, but it's
Dude.
not. It's not like I called Metallica's third record like Master of Lightning or something. Like it just, it's not that coveted, or is it? I don't know. I just,
Dude, Ethan, you're the biggest Metallica fan I know besides
I know.
me. You can go toe to toe with anyone on the fucking planet.
but sometimes you make mistakes, and it's.
Should we remind fans again that I called Unforgiven 3 the instrumental track, that I had completely screwed up Suicide and Redemption?
Yeah, can you guys
with Unforgiven
email
3?
Clint about this stuff and give him
Ethan's
shit?
really begging for you guys to give me some shit.
Well, and I just picked up the next page of notes, thinking we were done with Outlaw Torn, and the next thing from the
I know.
Met Forum is that.
Listen, this goes without saying, because if you guys have listened this much, you've heard Ethan Luck pour so much passion in this band. He knows more about Metallica than anyone I've ever known.
Do I need to play bass on the episode again? Jeez.
So check this out. This is from a Reddit user called Beefy Crunch Boy.
Wait, Beefy Crunch Boy.
Beefy Crunch Boy.
That sounds like a really disgusting cereal.
Or a really delicious cereal. Whichever.
If it's 2 a.m. and you've been drinking.
And you've smoked a bowl.
Oh, I need some Beefy Crunch Boy right now.
He says, first podcast I've listened to from you guys, and this is from the Hardwired episode.
Okay. That was the first one he listened to?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
First podcast I've listened to from you guys, and it was great. We'll be checking out all your previous ones when I get the chance.
That's awesome.
But then this is my favorite comment.
Okay.
Torben, as a reoccurring guest, please and thank you.
Okay. So Torben, my Torben is gaining some popularity, at least with Beefy Crunch. Thank you, Beefy Crunch.
Where's Torben?
I think he just came into the room, and if it's okay, I would like to read the next comment from the Metallica forum. Is that okay, Clint?
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm so trying to hold a straight face while doing this. Is this next one? I can't even do it.
It's too much to ask for you to read it, this Torben.
I want to commit to this. All right. Is this next
Don't
one?
look at me. Don't look at me.
I can see in my peripheral vision. This next one comes from Emiraga, which is Miiraga. Ha ha. Can't even.
I was trying so hard not to laugh. I was like trying to just keep it straight.
I haven't even read it yet. Okay. You guys even looked it up and couldn't find the Outlaw Torn on S&M. All good. It is my favorite song along with MOP, Master of Puppets, from S&M. Good podcast once again. Keep it up. I think I started turning into another accent there. I've never read like a long sentence as Torben,
God.
but there you go. Anyway, so I think you pronounce it Emma Rega. I like to say raga because it's like when in Spinal Tap when they talk about reggae music, they say raga. But yeah, anyways, yes, I know the Outlaw Torn. Here we go again. But all that to say, glad you like the podcast, and we will keep it up, of course. We're going to do this as long as we both shall live. God, that'd be a long podcast. Welcome to Metal Up Your Podcast, episode 4,360.
We're here to talk about the Black Album for the 47th time.
This is the Black Album, part 47.
On Reddit, even Steven, but it's E-P-H-E-N. Ethan Stephen.
Ethan. Wow.
He says, so great to hear you guys. It's so great to hear your guys' initial thoughts on Hardwired. Excellent listen. That's cool.
Great. Yeah. We were a little nervous to do that episode.
Well, our initial thoughts are just tough because, I have a feeling that 6 months from now we're going to have different thoughts about the record. The record has to grow on you. You have to digest it.
That's a record I would love to revisit and do another episode on.
You know what I actually wondered today, because we were really hard on the solos of the record.
Yeah.
Which it's not been that long since that episode, so I still stand by my criticism of those
Yeah,
solos.
I do too.
But I wonder if we'll feel differently in 6 months.
I don't know, man.
All right. Yeah, maybe.
Time will tell. But if I had to, if I was a betting man on what I thought about the solos in a year, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm gonna lose some money if I bet against them and like them.
A Reddit user called Though Things.
Though Things.
Though Things.
Okay.
after I believe our Cliff episode, wrote, "Another great podcast. You're still going to do the rest of the classic albums since you skipped ahead, right?"
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to, as we've already said, we're going to do it all. He also says, oh no, this was after the Hardwired episode. I remember getting this. He says, also, just one minor wish of mine, but could you go a little more in depth about what you like and don't like about each track? For half the songs on Hardwired, you only said some stuff about the lyrics and James's vocal performance and overall if you like or dislike it. I'd love to know what individual riffs and little parts of songs that you like or dislike the most. Okay. I think it's clear from our last episode for the Black Album that we really went into as much detail, I think, as we can.
Yeah, well, and not to be repetitive, but Hardwired just came out a couple months ago.
Yeah,
we haven't digested that record fully yet. I mean,
right.
I've been listening to the Black Album since it's the day it came out.
Since I was a fetus. That's my Torben. My Torben is so fucked up.
Oh, you should work on your Torben.
Oh, chances of that happening are almost 0%.
But in general, I think it would be fun to go into really great detail on every song. I think the only way to do that is to do like a full episode on every Metallica song, but I think that could get a little boring for most listeners. When we go through... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say Hardwired also, I've been seeing some criticism of Hardwired, which I don't necessarily agree with, is that some of the songs are kind of like a little too jam-packed with riffs and alternate moments.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that, if you're listening to this, you're in deep like we are.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure you've seen that, James wants shorter songs. Lars is pushing for the longer ones. And they're sort of finding their own balance. But, man, shit, these songs are like 8 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to say we. I'll speak for myself. Like, I'm just getting older and retaining information. I'm not retaining it as intensely as I used to.
Of course, yeah.
Atlas Rise, all the hooks stay with me, but like all the tiny minutia of it, it's going to be hard for me to dissect that.
Well, and obviously, like when you get older and you have a job and you have a wife, you have a family, you have a house, whatever, we have a lot more things going on in our life than we did when we were 15 years old. And I'm speaking for myself now, like I don't listen to music like I did when I was younger. There's less time I still listen to music whenever I can, don't get me wrong. If I'm in the car, if I'm on a plane, if I'm on a bus, whatever, I'm listening to music. But, when I was getting into the Black Album, I would sit, on the floor of my bedroom next to my stereo for like 5 hours straight and just listen to that record on repeat.
Yeah.
If I did that now, my wife would be like, are you sick? Should I call someone? Like,
Are you sick?
Not because of it, this Metallica, but just like, you've been laying on the floor for a long time.
No, it's true. Like, you and I have wives, and I've got a kiddo.
We have jobs, and we have to,
and we've got jobs, and so we have to really, like, be really intentional about the time we spend.
Of course, yeah.
So, that's all part of it. I if you've heard our Black Album episode, we really went into a lot of detail, I think. Probably more detail than any record we've done.
Yeah, totally.
But I do appreciate that. Like, it's something I would want to hear too. It's like, and this guy that wrote that in, I have this written all down. Oh, Though Things. If you've not checked out that Sound Exploder podcast where they just totally dissect Moth and the Flame, you would love that.
Yeah, that's a good episode.
Because they do it riff by riff, lyric by lyric. It's everything you and me, I share this with you, and I think Ethan does too, what we want in a deconstruction of Metallica songs that we may not be able to emulate here on the podcast. But
and there's also a it's a little less in depth, but a fan of the podcast, a listener, wrote to me after I'd mentioned on the Hardwired episode that we wanted to hear more explanations of the songs. And I do remember seeing this in an email because I'm a fifth member, as is Clint. The magazine So What did a song-by-song breakdown, and I haven't actually checked it out yet, just because I've been on tour for the last couple weeks. And
do we know who sent us that email? Should we give a shout out to who sent us that? Because I checked it out too, and it was like super informative. It was like super fun.
Oh yeah. Let's see, where are we at? Why don't you move on to the next one, and I'll dig this up real quick.
Well, that's all. We're going to move on to the top 10s after this. So, whoever sent us that email that pointed us towards. So there's on the official Metallica page, there's the fifth member area, I guess, where I guess the So What magazine, they sat down with James, and there's sort of it's it's better than nothing. I mean, it's like a lot of sound bites. It's like 1 or 2 minutes per song, which is actually really illuminating. I learned a lot, but I wish there was even more in depth, like.
Oh yeah. I'm still trying to find that email. I should have.
Is the email on S&M?
Go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I was rude.
Oh.
All right. Where is it at? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to find this.
Oh boy.
Maybe it was an email, or was it on?
I don't know.
Facebook or something.
I don't know. That's the problem with the world these days.
Oh, here we go. Found it. Nick Garcia.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, Nick Garcia said, "Hey guys, loving the podcast so far. Was just listening to episode 7, and Ethan, of course, it was me, mentioned wanting to know more about the lyrics on Hardwired. Well, James actually talked with Stefan Chirazi of So What magazine all about that. They did a whole song by song breakdown. Check it out. And he even sent me a link. You have to be a 5th member, which I assume you are. You are correct. Said keep it up. So, yeah, Nick Garcia, thank you for the info. Definitely going to check that out, and maybe we can do a revisited episode.
I think we have to revisit Hardwired. It may be 6 months from now. But
yeah, I would love to. I think we could have a entirely different episode and different thoughts, opinions on so many things.
But some people didn't like the second half of it or whatever, but you and I kind of both got nothing but love for that record.
That second half, I never hated it, but it has grown on me so much. Me too.
I mean,
Man Unkind is great. I mean, yeah.
I think contextually, as a Metallica fan, with everything that's happened and all that's come and gone before, blah, 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 I couldn't ask for a better record than Hardwired from them. That's how I feel personally.
We've said it before, and I think this is the Metallica record we've been waiting for.
It's the one I was waiting for.
Just you?
I can only speak for me.
Well, you can say we, because I agree with you. So are we getting into top 10s now?
Yeah, so we did our top 10 episode, which was episode 6.
I believe so.
Where we did our top 10, like sort of our normal top 10 that are unlikely overall to change.
Yeah.
But then we did our top 10 deep cuts, which is the interesting list. And then we asked all of our listeners to send us their top 10 deep cuts.
Yeah.
And it was an extremely eclectic, fun list.
And a pretty overwhelming response. Like we didn't, we have gotten some...
I mean, I've got pages. I mean, we want to get to them all.
Yeah.
Because we appreciate everyone that wrote in. But we got pages and pages. So forgive us if we sort of blow through some of them, but we are going to read all of them.
Yeah, we just want to. We want to kind of go through. We'll basically read your top 10s, your deep cuts. If something jumps out and we can discuss it, we will. But we want to get to all of you, so we all, you've shown us support. We're trying to do this back to you.
All right, that's good. Yeah.
So I think this first one might actually be from the Metallica message board, but I think the Emiraga, I like saying Raga. It was right underneath the comment about, of course, Outlaw Torn. But here's Emiraga's top 10 deep cuts. Number 10, Metal Militia. Number 9, Here Comes Revenge.
Love it.
From the new record. You did Dream No More. So
well, Dream No More was in my even my deep cut.
That was your main one. Yeah. Number 8, The Thing That Should Not Be. Number 7, My Friend in Misery. Nice work. Number 6, Eye of the Beholder. That's cool. 5, Phantom Lord. 4, Low Man's Lyric. 3, Don't Tread on Me. 2, Sweet Amber. Interesting. Number 2, Sweet Amber.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Hey, look, this is your list. I'm not, no judgment here. It's just my opinion.
It's cool.
It's cool. That's fine.
Cool.
Everything's cool. All good. Number 1, Trapped Under Ice, the Poppy song off so number 1 deep cut from Emiraga. Trapped Under Ice.
What a strange juxtaposition from their number 2, which is Sweet Amber, to Trapped Under Ice.
Yeah, that's insane. Wow.
Very cool. Cool list.
Very cool. What you got?
Well, I'm actually kind of worried because I have like the pages we split up. I have some cutoffs here.
Okay.
So from the forum, from Krilla, we have, which he did not, or he or she did not list it from 10 to 1 or 1 to 10. So I'm just going to read it.
Top to bottom.
Read the top to bottom.
Fair enough.
Dyer's Eve, which I know
Nice.
you back that
was
shit.
my number. I think that was my number one deep cut.
To Live Is to Die, which is another Justice.
Nice.
Unforgiven 3.
Back it.
Motor Breath.
Back it.
Damage Inc. Last track on Puppets. Eye of the Beholder, another Eye of the Beholder.
Yeah, there you go.
I think Eye of the Beholder is on a lot of these lists.
Cool.
Struggle Within, boom,
Oh,
our
there we
thrashy
go.
song from
Yeah.
Black Album. Holier Than Thou, holy shit, our other thrashy song. This is a thrash fan, I can tell. Wasting My Hate, which is
Really?
Load.
Okay.
And then number 1, All Within My Hands,
Whoa.
Saint Anger. See, this
Number
list is,
1.
This list is so
Well,
fascinating.
that could be number 1 or number 10. We're not sure because they're not.
Actually, you know what? Looking at this list, Dyer's Eve would probably be more of a number 1 than.
I would imagine.
All right, so their number 10 is
Either
All
way,
Within
that's
My Hands.
Of course, I might disagree with most everything off Saint Anger, but that's a good list.
I loved the anomalies on all these lists. I really did.
Yeah.
Like, they made me honestly, when I read a lot of these lists that had something like All Within My Hands, it made me want to go check those songs out.
I find it. I'm kind of pre-scanning some of these lists, and I find it interesting that there's more Saint Anger than Death Magnetic, at least on what I'm holding.
There's definitely more Saint Anger than Death Magnetic.
That's
for sure.
That blows my mind.
For sure.
Wow.
My Apocalypse made a lot of Unforgiven 3 and My Apocalypse are probably the two most I saw in these lists.
I've got one from Death Magnetic on this next list.
Okay.
This doesn't specify if it's top 10 overall or deep cuts, but Bangmeister. Gotta love the Bangmeister.
I love the Bangmeister even before I knew that it was on a Metallica forum.
I like that name. Number 10, Sweet and Amber.
Okay.
Back again. Number 9, Where the Wild Things Are.
But yeah, one of my favorites, by the way.
Great. Number 8, Carpe Diem. Can't talk right now. Carpe Diem, Baby.
Which was on my deep cut list.
Yep. Number 7, Fixer.
Fuck yes. Fixer. Last song on Reload. Sorry, I'm excited.
Number 6, Suicide and Redemption. First Death Magnetic one there. Number 5, Minus Human.
Wow.
This one's crazy. Number 4, God That Failed.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, The Shortest Straw. Number 2, The House That Jack Built. Number 1, The Unnamed Feeling. This is okay. This is crazy. There's nothing on here. Oh wait, Shortest Straw. But there's nothing on here that is before Justice. Nothing off Kill 'Em All, Red Lightning, or Master of Puppets.
No Escape, Turn Your Eyes, Phantom Lord.
The oldest song on Bangmeister's list is The Shortest Straw. That's crazy.
I love that sentence you just said.
The oldest song on the Bangmeister's list. Sorry, I can't help myself but say Bangmeister. It's like the douchiest shit to say. Sorry.
From the forum, Phantom Lord 3, who I think we read some.
Yeah, comment from them.
He said some good shit earlier.
He or she.
He or she. That's true.
Hey.
And I believe that, I may be wrong, but Phantom Lord 3's avatar on the forum is the Jump in the Fire demon guy.
Ooh, cool. That's awesome.
Okay, no particular order. I didn't include any Hardwired songs because I'm not sure if we're there yet, which is super fair.
I respect that.
This person is reserving judgment. I love it.
They need time.
Even though he said no particular order, he did list it 1 to 10. So, so just you all know it's no particular order, but I'm going to read it 1 to 10.
Okay.
1, Bleeding Me, 100% back that.
Yeah, great song.
2, Outlaw Torn.
Jesus.
3, My Friend in Misery. 4, All Within My Hands, which there are lots of All Within My Hands in these lists. 5, Struggle Within. Another Struggle Within. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, that's great.
6, The God That Failed. 7, Escape. My man.
There it is.
8, Shortest Straw. 9, Disposable Heroes. 10, Fixer. It's a good list.
Another Fixer. Okay.
Yeah, another Fixer. There's several Fixers.
Man, that's cool. All right, I got one here from, how do I say this? Melodian J?
Melody NJ.
Melody NJ.
She had a question for us on the Black Album episode.
New Jersey, I assume?
Maybe she lives in New Jersey. I don't know.
This is a tough thing with like screen names on forums and things like that. Like I'm trying to like phonetically like pronounce it like Melody NJ.
Nah, just do it face value.
Okay, fine. Okay, Melody NJ, New Jersey. This is Deep Cuts. Number 10, The God That Failed. Number 9, Don't Tread on Me. Number 8, Eye of the Beholder. Number 7, No Remorse. Is that the first Kill 'Em All I've read?
Yeah,
I think so.
It is.
Number 6, To Live Is To Die. Love that song.
Fuck yeah.
Number 5, Phantom Lord. Another Kill 'Em All track. Number 4, The Frayed Ends of Sanity. Fucking great song.
Yep.
Number 3, The Thing That Should Not Be. Number 2, Trapped Under Ice. Number 1, Disposable Heroes.
Dude,
Solid list right there.
Disposable Heroes was on both of our lists.
Yeah. And,
for Deep Cuts.
And Melody and Jay, that is, looks like everything on your list is Black Album or before.
Yeah.
Wow, old school fan. Love it.
You know what's funny about that is if I'm getting this right, I actually said the same thing on the forum. I wrote old school, and she jokingly said, "Are you calling me old?" You know, like, she was real sweet about it. Like, but that is old school. I mean, that's
her
top tens are
in the
Black Album
first
and,
5 records.
Yeah,
that's great.
Though Things again
Really?
are Though Things from Reddit.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Though Things. His Deep Cuts. Number 1, Fixer. I'm telling you, dude.
Number 1.
I was telling Ethan before we filmed this episode, because I'll repeat again, we just can't go a single fucking episode without talking about Metallica before we start rolling.
the second that Clint like shows up to my house,
This is like Metallica.
Yeah.
Ethan's like, this is what's going on in my life. I'm like, no. I don't. Stop talking about that.
Stop talking about that. Did you see that Metallica's doing this?
I've been listening to Fixer, man, because so many lists had this song. Mm-hmm. Number 1, Fixer. Number 2, Frayed Ends of Sanity.
Awesome.
Number 3, Orion.
Yes. Finally.
Finally.
That's the first one. That's the
Orion
first one we've read. That was on my list.
It was on my top 10 of all time.
Yeah.
And I believe it was on your top 10 of all time. For Though Things, back to the Though Things list. Number 4, My Friend in Misery. Number 5, Where the Wild Things Are, which I love.
Again.
That. That's one of Jason Newsted's co-writes. It's
Love
a
it.
super creepy song. Number 6, Call of Cthulhu, which is nice. Number 7, Dyer's Eve. Number 8, Damage Inc. Number 9, To Live Is To Die. Number 10, Disposable Heroes. And then he or she writes, came up with these in like 5 minutes off the top of my head. I may have missed 1 or 2. Loving your podcast. Keep them coming.
And what? Tell me. By the way,
They definitely did Outlaw Torn at the S&M concert.
oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Okay, but then he says some really...
I get it. Okay.
Then he says some really nice shit. He says, maybe I'm spoiled because you guys released 3 of these in one day at the start, but please, and that's what he wrote, put these out faster. I can't wait for one every week. Please,
Oh man.
thank you.
I wish we could.
It's extremely fun to hear a podcast with 2 diehard fans discuss their opinions on songs and shit and compare them to my own thoughts.
Cool.
That's
very
cool, man.
Yeah. Thank
Very
you.
cool.
Hey, listen, we would love to be able to put out multiple episodes a week, but it's tough with like we talked about before. Like we got lives, we got jobs, we got families.
I honestly think 1 a week's all we can swing.
Oh yeah. Again, we might be able to put out a bonus episode here and there, but thank you for your comments. That was very, very kind.
Yeah, that was cool.
I got one here from Justice310. Love the name. Top 10 Deep Cuts. I'll start at number 10. Where the Wild Things Are. Back
Boom.
again. Dirty Window. This just wait. You're gonna love this.
It just
list.
makes me want to listen more to that because I can't imagine it.
You're gonna love this. Okay, so Where Wild Things Are, Dirty Window. Number 8, Fixer. Number 7, End of the Line.
Cool. For no, we've had another Death Magnetic song, Suicide and Redemption. We had, but
yep. Number 6, My World. Number 5, Phantom Lord. Number 4, Frayed Ends of Sanity. Number 3, No Remorse. Number 2, My Friend in Misery. Number 1, The House that Jack Built.
Wow, number 1.
Number 1 Deep Cut from Justice 310.
I believe that was my number 10 deep cut, but that's his number 1 deep cut.
Number 1.
That's a special song, man. Like
His or her.
The vocals are real creepy and cool and
Yeah.
cool. That's a great list.
Yeah, I like that one. That a lot of stuff I'm seeing from the Load Reload era makes me really excited to dive into those records before we record those episodes, because I will gladly admit that like I have not spent nearly as much time with Load and Reload as Clint has, and I'm really excited to like just dive right into those things.
It's a gift that keeps on giving, my friend.
All right, fair enough. I believe
Especially when we're talking Fixer and Where the Wild Things Are and Carpe Diem, Baby, Bleeding Me.
you. Yeah,
There's some filler bullshit, but
of course, yeah.
speaking of filler bullshit, check this list out. This
All
is
right.
from
Speaking of filler bullshit.
not that it's there's a song on this particular deep cut list that it's the first time I saw this.
Okay.
So it's not bullshit, but so this is from Delta 0062. Number 1, Phantom Lord. Number 2, Trapped Under Ice. Number 3, Eye of the Beholder. Number 4, Don't Tread on Me. Number 5, Saint Anger.
Whoa. Okay.
Titular track
okay.
from Saint Anger. Number 6, Some Kind of Monster. Number 7, Ronnie,
Wow.
which is the first Ronnie I've seen.
First and only, probably.
I think there might be a few more Ronnies, but this is the first one I saw.
Okay.
Number 8, Prince Charming. Number 9, My Apocalypse. Number 10, Leper Messiah. The Leper Messiah kind of like,
It's a bit of a deep cut.
but it kind of forgives any shortcomings in the
Yeah.
list.
My Apocalypse is one of my favorite songs off of Death Magnetic.
Is
so-
it really?
Yeah, I love that song.
Really?
Yes. It's a good thrashy Metallica song. Yeah, that'll be a fun record to talk about on an episode.
Frankster, who we read before,
Yeah.
another Reddit user, I believe. Here's my deep cut list. Oh, I actually liked this
Okay.
because his number 1 is "Turn the Page."
Turn the Page, really,
Which
a cover song.
I get it; they didn't write it, but they definitely, in my opinion, and obviously Frankster's too, they made it their own.
Oh, they totally did. Yeah.
Metallica's version of "Turn the Page," like when my wife was like, "I don't get why you love Metallica," which my wife loves dope music. My wife's super smart and super cool, but she doesn't really get why I love Metallica.
Yeah.
"Turn the Page" is on the mix CD I made for her to
Okay.
like get her on board.
I mean, you got to hand it to Metallica. They've done a lot of cover songs over the years, and we'll talk about that on the Garage Inc. Collection.
Dude, this list is fucking killer. So let me finish this list.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Number 1, "Turn the Page." Number 2, "Orion,"
Yes.
which we both back.
Yes.
Number 3, "My Friend in Misery," which you and I both love. Number
Yep.
4, "Holier Than Thou,"
Nice.
which I kind of wonder how it did not make my list. Number 5, "Until It Sleeps," which is one of my favorite
Oh, Until It
Metallica songs
Sleeps
of all
is so
fucking time.
good.
Number 6, "Fixer," which
Back again.
I'm telling you, dude, Fixer's on a lot of these lists,
Yeah.
dude. Number 7, "Bleeding Me," which
Okay.
to me is flawless.
Bleeding Me is great.
8, Loman's Lyric, "The Hurdy-Gurdy."
Hurdy-gurdy. It's a hurdy-gurdy.
Number 9, "Don't Tread on Me," and number 10, the only oddball to me, "Bad Seed,"
Okay.
which is even
Don't
what
love-
I would consider to be
Don't love that song.
not a great song.
Yeah. But hey, it's your list. You can do what you want.
But then Frankster writes, "Love the episodes. Keep up the great work. Would also love to see a Jason Newsted episode."
Oh, dude.
Well, we're definitely doing it.
Frankster, listen. Don't you worry.
Jason
We
Newsted
love
is
Jason.
Jason Newsted is my favorite bass player of Metallica.
And he was recently in Nashville doing something. I'm not sure what, but one of my friends, Arun from this band Saves the Day, fucking met him. Like I believe it was at the Ryman. There was something happening there.
It was at the Casey show. We talked about
Oh,
it.
the Casey Musgrave show. That's right.
Yeah.
He was at the Casey Musgrave show. I don't know what he was doing in town,
You
but
got to be working on something.
if he's still here and he's listening, Jason, come to my house, man. I live in East Nashville. Come be on the podcast. Yeah, we'll do a Jason episode, no problem. Don't even worry.
I mean, I can't wait to. I when I came online with Metallica, as I've used that phrase a few times, but he was the dude. So he's for me. Like I've gone back and very much respected and loved what Cliff did and brought to the table. But for me, when I came online, my dude was Jason. So
Yeah.
for me, forever. And my favorite record's rather Lightning in general, but my favorite era is Black Album through
Right.
Reload. So
I mean, when I got into Metallica, it was in the Jason era as well. You know, I love Cliff, as we all do, but I would, I guess, prefer Cliff. But whatever, I love Jason. I came online, as Clint says, on Justice. Mm-hmm. Jason was there,
yeah,
but not really on that record.
but on the Damage Inc. tour,
Yeah, he was there. That's I've always loved Jason. I was just telling, actually, before we recorded this episode, we were talking about Jason Newsted, and I said that technically Robert is a better bass player. as far as ability goes.
I agree.
But Jason, I think, was the best hype man of Metallica. They only had one. It was him. Jason could get the crowd going, call and response stuff to just going, hey, 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 whatever.
And he sang the last verse of Seek and Destroy.
Yeah.
He sang Whiplash.
He was
just a passionate,
very passionate.
so much energy, and
Yeah.
I love Robert. Robert kicks ass in this gig, but I do miss some of the shit Jason brought to the table.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see it again. We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, next I got another top 10 deep cuts here from Lily 47, Lili 47.
Okay.
Number 10, Mama Said.
Wow.
There's so many load reload songs on here. You got to be pumped.
So pumped.
So pumped.
I love Mama Said. That's great.
Yeah.
All right.
She said Lenny Kravitz, by the way.
Lenny Kravitz.
Bad joke. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Everyone's like, fuck Lenny Kravitz. This is Metallica. Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to making a bad joke. Not even you cracked a smile, so I'm sure everyone listening right now is going, oh, cool, bro. Yeah. Anyways, all right.
I'm like doodling. I'm drawing a penis on my notes.
Number 10, Mama Said. Number 9, No Remorse. Number 8, Motor Breath.
Oh, cool.
Number 7, The Unnamed Feeling. Number 6, Shortest Straw. Love that song. Number 5, Suicide and Redemption again. Number 4, Leper Messiah. Number 3, To Live Is To Die. Number 2, Injustice for All. Number 1, The God That Failed.
Number 2, Injustice for All is a deep
Injustice
cut.
for All,
the titular track from Justice.
Yeah, title track, second track of the record. One of the longest songs on the record. I don't think James's vocals even come in until about 2 minutes or something crazy like that.
Well, we talked on our last episode about the Black Album. One of the main impetus reasons for them shortening the songs was on the Justice tour. Kirk even says they would look out like 8-9 minutes in and just see like long faces.
Everyone's like,
people just getting so tired and so bored. I think that might be the only Injustice for All pick on any of these lists. That's a fascinating pick for a deep cut.
Yeah. I mean, I love that song. It's really fun.
Dude, when I texted you drunkenly that one night that, dude, I think Justice is my favorite. It was probably like 6 minutes into Injustice for All.
Yeah. Which is about...
If I had a classical guitar now, I'd play it.
There's one on my wall right there with a mariachi mask on it. A mariachi mask. I'm just fucking tired. A luchadero mask. A mariachi mask is what I just said. Sorry to our Hispanic fans. Fucking idiot I am.
Tristan Korb, his or hers... I have a friend here in Nashville named Tristan. It's a she.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a gender-neutral name.
Totally.
It's kind of hard to classify what qualifies as a deep cut, but here are mine. I mean, it's not that hard to... Is it that... Like, Inner Sandman's clearly not a deep cut.
Sure. Is Injustice for All a deep cut as a second track of the record?
True. That's true. That's a good point. You convinced me. You're right.
I really turned you around right there.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Number 1... Disposable Heroes. Anyone who's listening to this podcast knows I back the shit out of that.
Yeah.
That was on both of our deep cuts lists, and I think it was really high on mine.
Yeah, it's such a good song.
Maybe even yours. Number 2, Call of Cthulhu. Love it.
Yep.
3, Shortest Straw. 4, Freight Ends of Sanity. I love the Justice Love on that. 5, Eye of the Beholder. 2 Justice Love songs in a row. 6, House of Jack Built. I obviously love that. It was my number 10. 7, Man Unkind.
Ooh, nice.
He's already made his deep cut.
God, I love that song.
8, how about this? The Judas Kiss.
The Judas Kiss. Another song I love off that record.
Death Magnetic.
Yeah.
Number 9, Where the Wild Things Are. Another Will the Wild... Dude,
Wow.
we've got
That's
several
like,
Where the Wild Things
4 or
Are.
5 now or something?
Number 10, No Remorse, which I agree. No Remorse is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's a great song.
And then he says, or he or she, Tristan Korb, loving the podcast so far.
Awesome.
Thanks, Tristan.
Thank you, Tristan. Got another one from Vanessy, who we read one of the comments earlier, but here's a top 10 list. It doesn't specify if it's overall or deep cuts, but I'm guessing it's deep cuts. Number 10, End of the Line. Good song. Number 9, My Friend in Misery. Number 8, Where the Wild Things Are. Number 7, Some Kind of Monster. Number 6, To Live Is To Die. Number 5, No Remorse. Number 4, The God That Failed. Number 3, Disposable Heroes. Number 2, The Thing That Should Not Be. Number 1, Outlaw Torn.
Man,
I'm assuming, Vanessy, that's a deep cut list. It seems like deep
yeah,
cuts.
I think it is.
It's very
I think
deep.
it shouldn't be.
It's real deep cutty.
It's very deep cutty. It cuts me deep. That's a good list.
Yeah, totally.
His number 2 is Thing That Should Not Be. That was my number 1.
It's a good song.
You got any more?
I have one more, and then there's another one that I think cut off. You might have the other page to it because I got 1 through 7, but I'll read this one. This is
Really?
This is also somebody that I read a comment from earlier. CSBBB 89. Number 10, Outlaw Torn. There it is. Number 9, Hero of the Day. That's the first of that one. Got Hero of the Day, which I love that song. Number 8, The Thing That Should Not Be. Number 7, Holier Than Thou. Number 6, Unforgiven 3. Number 5, My Friend in Misery. Number 4, Jump in the Fire. That's the first one on this.
That was on my list.
Number 3, Afraid Ends Insanity. Number 2, Low Man's Lyric. Number 1, the Unnamed Feeling.
Wow. Gosh.
I'd imagine this is another. Let's see. He also, or he or she added edit. List should be in opposite order. Load is such a great album. So many songs that needed to get more live love.
It's really interesting to me that.
He says that. Wait, sorry, I'd interrupt you. But so he says, he or she says, the list should be in opposite order, as in the Outlaw Torn is 10 on here, but that should be number 1, I guess.
So read it in the correct order now.
So the correct order, according to the edit here, would be number 1, Outlaw Torn. 2, Hero of the Day. 3, Thing That Should Not Be. 4, Holier Than Thou. 5, Unforgiven 3. 6, My Friend in Misery. 7, Jump in the Fire. 8, Friends of Sanity. 9, Low Man's Lyric. 10, Unnamed Feeling.
And who is this person again?
This is a CSBBB 89, who we read a comment from earlier.
I will say that so far, that's my favorite list.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So far.
The last one I have here is from Real M. George. I like that name.
Okay.
Top 10 deep cuts. I like going from 10 to 1. So number 10, Murder 1, off of the new record.
Okay, cool.
Very cool.
Which Murder 1 is destined to be a deep cut. Like,
Yeah.
Murder 1 will never be a Sabbath True or a
Agreed.
Unforgiven.
Agreed. Number 9, House of Jack Built. Number 8, Unnamed Feeling, again.
Wow.
Number 7, Sweet Amber. Number 6, Bleeding Me. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Number 5, wow, 2 from the new record, Spit Out the Bone.
Wow, what?
Fuck yeah, I love that song. It's so good. It's a deep cut's last track on the record on Hardwired. Number 4, Bad Seed. Number 3, Cure.
Bad Seed. Oh, man, so we got some fucking reload load action here.
Number 2, Fixer.
Yeah, reload again.
And then number 1, deep cut from Real M. George is The God That Failed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Man, so we're winding it down. We got a few more lists to read, but
I've got
these
no
are
list
so
on my...
fucking cool, man.
I know. It's so fun to read this stuff.
I'm so surprised by some of it, and so, I mean...
I will say this. What reading all these lists does for me is it really makes me want to revisit songs and records that I don't give a lot of love to, like specifically Load, Reload. I'm on the fence about Saint Anger and revisiting that. I'm going to have to at some point. But Load and Reload specifically, there's songs like Fixer, for instance, like I just need to go back and listen to.
I can tell you right now, as soon as we end this particular episode, we're going to pour another vodka and we're going to listen to that song.
All right, fair enough. Let's do it.
I think that I'm with you on Saint Anger. I want that record to open up to me, but I
want it to so bad, but I just
I've tried in the last few days, and
it's
I was
tough,
met
man.
with the same resistance I was met with in 2003. I think when you start checking out these deep cut Load and Reload songs, I think because I know you, I think that you're going to find it rewarding. If you like Outlaw Torn, which was on your deep cut list, then you're going to like Fixer. I can say that for sure.
Can we not go into that song anymore, please?
All right, so we have a few more to read. These are from our email. What's our email address?
metalupyourpodcastshow@gmail.com.
And like reaching out on the forum or on Instagram or Facebook, that's great. We love that.
Twitter,
but the most direct way to interact with us is through the email. So
yeah, and also it's just a little easier to maintain because we Clint, for instance, tonight compiled all this stuff and printed it out so we can read it on the show. So yeah, ideally email us at metalupyourpodcastshow@gmail.com. But if you feel the need to comment on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, we'll definitely get to it.
Yeah, I would say like comment on all that shit. But if you really want to connect with us and send us something that is valuable beyond like a soundbite or a comment, then email us. But
For sure.
the kill yourself fag, do that. That's fine on
Keep
YouTube.
that on YouTube, because those are the kind of comments that YouTube users do apparently.
So to wrap some of this up, these are a little bit longer because they were emails. So from email from Darth Leviosa.
Nice.
Darth. Hey guys, really enjoying your podcast. I'm also a huge Metallica nerd. Welcome to the fold.
Hey, yeah.
So here's my top 10 and top 10 D. So he gave us his top 10 and his top 10 D cuts.
Okay, cool.
And we're going to read both because he emailed us.
Nice.
His top 10s, number 1, the song One. Which
Awesome.
is really hard to fuck with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 2, Battery. Number
Jeez.
3, dude, you're going to love this.
I
Number
just got a
3,
boner.
Master of Puppets.
Yes. Love you, Darth.
For those of you who don't know, who haven't listened, Master of Puppets is Ethan's favorite record.
Yep.
Number 4, Fade to Black, which is
God,
also
yeah,
Ethan's
in my-
favorite ballad.
Yep.
Dude, this is Ethan's
Darth.
list. Number
did we
5.
just become best friends?
No, dude. Number 5, Blackened,
Oh my gosh, Darth.
which was your number 1.
Where do you live? Come be on our podcast. We'll have you at my house. And
This is interesting. Number 6, Hardwired.
great. Love the
Which
song.
I love bringing the new shit into the fold.
I do too.
Number 7, Four Horsemen, which I know
Oh my
you love
gosh,
also.
yes.
Number 8, Creeping Death. 9, Day That Never Comes. 10,
Yeah, I love that
Atlas
song.
Rise.
Wow.
That is a really... that's his top 10 of all time.
Darth, I commend you, man. That is everything from the oldest to the newest you have included in there, and I love it.
I just have to say that I love that Metallica has just made a record that contends with everything that they've done before.
Yeah.
They're not a legacy act. They're not a greatest hits.
Yep.
Put out some bullshit no one cares about.
Right.
They're making records that people are incorporating into their top of all time.
Totally, man. And I love that record's been out since November, and within 3 months, people are including that in their list. That's incredible.
So
Darth, I love you. Great. That's one of my favorite lists of the night.
that was a good list, man.
Great list,
Well,
yeah.
his first 5 songs are just up your alley, man. His top 10 deep cuts,
Okay.
which I can already see you're gonna love.
Yeah.
Number 1, Dyer's Eve.
Yep.
Number 2, To Live Is to Die.
Yep.
Number 3, Orion.
Yep.
Number 4, Fight Fire with Fire.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a curveball. Number
Okay.
5, The Prince.
Really? Okay.
Number 6,
Oh,
Brett.
the Prince. You was about to say Bread Fan, weren't you?
Number 6, Bread Fan.
2 B-sides in a row. I love both of the songs, by the way.
Number 7, Freedom's Insanity. Number 8, That Was Just Your Life, which that's a great opener to,
Oh, yeah,
to
that's
Death
a great
Magnetic.
song, yeah.
Number 9, All Nightmare Long. Number 10, Spit Out the Bone.
Nice.
But then he goes on to write, I took my top 21 songs and split them up into deep cuts and not deep cuts and ordered each list. My Apocalypse just missed the cut.
Okay.
I did cheat by including 2 covers, but Metallica made them their own, and they're so good I could not exclude them. I have no song. This is interesting. I have no songs from the Black Album, Load, Reload, or Saint Anger on my list. As a bonus, here are the songs that I like the most from each of those albums.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Black Album, Unforgiven, Holier Than Thou. Hard to fuck with that.
Yep.
Load, Bleeding Me, Thorn Within. Bleeding Me, I totally get. Thorn Within, that's a little weird for me. But
A little
cool.
weird, but I respect you.
Not Outlaw Torn. Thorn Within over Outlaw Torn. And I'm not even fucking with you. I'm just saying Outlaw Torn is because that song is so massive.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Reload, Unforgiven 2. It was in my top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Saint Anger, Sweet Amber, Saint Anger, and Invisible Kid. That's the first mention of Invisible Kid.
Another Sweet Amber. Weird.
I'm telling you, Ethan, man,
I'm a little nervous because I kind of want to listen to Sweet Amber tonight, too, after we finish recording this.
I can't guarantee you I will be here for that.
You'll be peeling out of my driveway.
Darth ends all of this beautiful shit with keep up the good work. Thanks, Darth.
Hey, Darth, thank you so much. I love your lists.
Derek Benitez
Okay,
says...
let me stop you real quick. Derek, I mentioned to you earlier, is a friend of mine.
Oh, this is a friend of yours.
It's a friend of mine who he wants to be on an episode with us.
Okay.
He's a huge Metallica fan. And has recently texted me that, like a lot of people have said, that listening to our podcast has got him to like really dive in and revisit all these records. And he's just, he's loving the podcast. So Derek, hello, buddy. We're about to read your list.
Well, and he kind of goes into this. Like, I'll just reiterate what you just said.
Oh, no, yeah, Derek.
But with Derek's own words.
Derek's words.
The sweet poetry of Derek's words. So your friend Derek writes, "Hi guys, just wanted to say thanks for doing the podcast. You're welcome. It's really made me go back and rediscover Metallica, a band that I grew up with, a band that shaped the idea of music for me in my formative years, and a band that I still love." That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I feel the same way. Here at Man, I always thought that I was the only weird kid out there that soaked the endless Metallica trivia, and then you guys showed up. Haha. Which, you're not the only weirdo. By the way, anyone
There's plenty
listening,
of us out there.
which we have listeners in Albania and New Zealand and Turkey,
Which
and
is crazy. Yeah.
none of you guys are weirdos, man. Like, we're all a part of this.
Oh, yeah.
We're all connected by this shit.
There's a reason there's something called the Metallica family.
So he wrote, short and sweet, here's my top 10. So he, again, gave 2 lists, which we're going to read because he took the time to email us.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Derek.
Top 10 songs, and we're going to do it from 10 to 1. Number 10, For Whom the Bell Tolls. All right,
yeah,
solid. That was on my list. Number 9, Hero of the Day, S&M version, which I agree. The S&M version is superior.
Nice.
Number 8, Nothing Else Matters. This guy likes ballads, man. This is a sensitive guy.
He is a sensitive guy, yeah.
Number 7, Four Horsemen. Number 6, Sanitarium. Number 5, Seek and Destroy.
Yep.
4, Battery. 3, Fade to Black. 2, Blackened. 1, Master of Puppets. Fucking solid.
Love you, Derek.
I mean, if your number 1 is Master of Puppets, that is fucking solid in my book.
Yeah, very solid.
It was in both of our top 10 lists.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I think it was 5 for me, 3 for you.
Yep.
I have a memory like a goddamn angel.
Yeah, you really do. Angel. By the way, I love you said goddamned angel.
Which is, I think, Lucifer
It's
in
basically
the
Satan,
mythology.
yes.
His top 10 deep cuts. This is the second, number 10, the second mention of Ronnie.
Really? Derek, really? Ronnie.
Ronnie's number
I'm gonna
10, dude.
text you tomorrow and
Number
ask you
9,
about that.
Fixer. I'm
There
telling
it
you,
is
man,
again.
Fixer.
Nice.
Number 8, which was your number 10,
Yep.
No Leaf Clover.
Oh, yes, Derek.
Monster song.
Oh, so good.
Number 7, Call of Cthulhu. 6, Leper Messiah Killer. 5, Jump in the Fire, which was on my list. 4, Shortest Straw. 3, Dyer's Eve. 2, Damage Inc. Number 1, Harvester of Sorrow.
Fuck yeah.
Harvester of Sorrow.
Oh man. Derek, good solid list, man.
All right,
Both
and
of them.
then he wrote a little bit of a blurb, and then we have one more list to read.
Okay.
Are we looking good on time?
Oh yeah, we're a little over an hour. We're fine.
Here, it's okay. After reading this, I like his attitude in this, dude. He writes,
Derek's a good dude. He needs to be on the episode. He really loves Metallica.
would me and Derek be friends?
I think so.
It's hard to imagine me or you not being friends with anybody.
I know. We're pretty amazing people.
My mom told me I was amazing. He writes, okay, after reading this list, you may think this guy's stupid, which I didn't
Not
think
at all,
that.
Derek.
He says, I say, no, you're fucking stupid. Okay.
Thank you.
My list is fucking killer.
I love his confidence.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We agree with you. Now, having said that, my top 10 would probably look a little different if I didn't have to make a deep cuts list right after it. But this is the way it was fun to do on my own. And again, thank you so much for creating this podcast. Cool. P.S. Ethan, you know me, and I have to admit, I heard the Florida Georgia line reference in one of the earlier shows, and I laughed my ass off. I have a sense of humor. Speaking of sense of humor, Ethan said the word totally 29 times
There it
in
is.
the top 10 episodes.
There it is. He counted. The Florida Georgia Line thing, I think we kind of dogged that band on one of the episodes. But Derek mentioned that because Derek is their drum tech.
Oh, well then Derek should know that one of my close friends is Tyler Chilarelli, who plays guitar for them.
Oh, there you go.
So we have friends connected to that band. And I also know Sean, the drummer. Okay. Our last one we're going to read, which this is actually befitting because it's from Laurie Laker.
Oh, Laurie.
Who is one of
Laurie.
our kind of first supporters. He's reached out to us. He's been really sweet and cool. And
So it's a he.
I believe it's a he.
Okay.
Because I've seen like photos of him.
Great.
But he's British and his name is Laurie.
I just saw the email come in about the Black Album earlier and wasn't sure. So
Oh my God, if I'm wrong about this is big. But he wrote to us that I'm just going to say he. If I got it wrong, I got it wrong.
Okay.
He's wanting to start a podcast with one of his friends, so he asked us some like technical questions.
Yeah.
He's been very cool and supportive.
Awesome.
So it's befitting. So this is Laurie's. He gave us both his top 10 and his top 10 deep cuts. He writes in his top 10, so hard to narrow this down, so don't hate me too much.
We don't.
Dude, we don't hate you at all. There are no wrong answers to this. Unless your lists include Lulu and Sinning.
Hey, no Lulu in there.
Number 10, Outlaw Torn S&M version.
Okay.
I just gave a look to
Clint
Ethan.
just looked at me like I was guilty.
And he included a YouTube link to...
Oh, thank you. Thanks for rubbing it in.
Which, dude, man, let's just get beyond Ethan's faux pas on this. Like,
It's
but dude,
fine.
that's S&M version of Outlaw Torn when he does the line about you make me like break the clock. The time was never real. Like, Outlaw Torn is fucking rad.
I have no comment on this right now.
Because he doesn't exist. Number 9, Sabbath True or Halo on Fire. He kind of, his number 9 slot.
Or?
He did a number 9 slot, Sabbath True or Halo on Fire. So Halo on Fire has already
It's already up there?
reached that status, which he's
I love that
written
song.
to us that he's real into the new record. Number 8, Orion,
Awesome.
which we both fucking love. Of
course.
Number 7, Sanitarium. Number
Yep.
6, One.
Yep.
Number 5, Battery. A lot of puppets in a row. Number 4, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Number 3, Blackened. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Number 2,
gosh.
Creeping Death. Number 1, Master of Puppets.
Number 1. Nice work.
And then he writes for the bridge because emotional resonance is a very real thing. So I guess that the kind of picky,
The Bridge to Puppets?
He says
talking-
the bridge is emotionally resonant for him.
I assume he's referencing puppets, though, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I agree then. Yeah, of course.
the kind of chill.
that whole bridge is beautiful. it's great.
Top 10 deep cuts. Number 10, Wasting My Hate. I'm kind of on board with that. Number 9, Some Kind of Monster. And then he writes, in parentheses, sorry, guys.
Yeah, apology accepted.
Number 8, Harvester of Sorry, which I think is a typo. Harvester of Sorrow.
Or it's just like a continuation of the last song. If I had to guess.
Harvester of Forgive Me. Number 7, Call of Cthulhu. Number 6, Four Horsemen. Number 5, Wherever I May Roam.
Ooh, first one.
On a deep cut list.
That's great.
Well,
I
'cause
wouldn't
it was like a
consider it a deep
single.
cut,
Yeah, it was like
but,
a big single.
But hey, if it's a deep cut to you, then
4, Dyer's Eve. 3, Fade to Black.
Nice.
2, Bleeding Me. Number 1, deep cut for Laurie, Disposable Heroes.
oh,
And then he writes, let the debate / banter / hurdy-gurdy symphony begin. Cheers, Laurie.
hurdy-gurdy. Oh man, that was fun. We definitely, like we talked about at the top of the episode, we are definitely going to be doing this hopefully once a month. We love that you guys sent all this stuff in. Top 10 lists, comments, questions, all that stuff. It's so fun for us to read this stuff every day when we get it, and especially to devote an entire episode to this. We want to get you guys included, so please keep emailing us, commenting, all that good stuff.
Yeah, the forum, Reddit, email, Instagram, all the social media
Snail mail.
bullshit. Write us handwritten letters in cursive.
We should probably open up a P.O. box. Right, Melody Podcast at P.O. Box, Bubba. That sounds so old. But
How awesome would it be if we only had a P.O. box?
no email, nothing.
You guys on Instagram? Nope.
Nope.
Twitter? Nope. Facebook? Nope. We got a P.O. box.
Yeah, check it out sometime.
Yeah, you have to actually just put a fucking pen in your hand and write us a letter.
Or stop by.
We got a lot of cool stuff in store too, where we can engage you guys. We're going to do some contests. We're
Yeah.
going to do some artwork contests, some ranking all the Metallica records. We got some cool stuff in store, and like we mentioned before, we're going to make some guitar picks,
Yeah, t-shirts, buttons, stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in that, also make sure you go to metalupyourpodcast.com, click on the little $sign if you feel like donating your hard-earned money. We would appreciate it. No pressure, but it helps us do things like t-shirts and buttons, and keep the podcast going.
Yeah, it only goes to the podcast. It's not for our personal lives.
Yeah.
We did not start this to get rich from this.
Wait,
it's
what?
just,
We didn't?
yeah, we're not going to
Dude,
get
you
rich from
told me
this.
that you wanted to make a bunch of fucking load of money on this thing.
Shh.
Okay, cool.
Get rich later. We're going to
Fine.
we're going to scam them from the donate $sign.
I think you guys need to do it for the passion of the music.
Corbin, the fucking voice of reason.
He's got to be, man. He's like, I told you, he's the Gandalf of Metallica.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, please keep emailing us and reaching out to us, metalupyourpodcastshow@gmail.com. And yeah.
And also, like, thank you to any of you who are tuning in and listening.
For real.
We don't take it for granted. We're super stoked.
Clint and I actually, like, almost on a daily basis text each other, like, holy shit, we got this many listens now. Oh my gosh, this guy said this, or whatever. We're listening to everything you're sending and commenting, whatever. It really means a lot to us because, like we said before, we started this thing just out of love of Metallica, and it's so cool to see everyone becoming engaged with what we're doing. So cannot thank you enough.
Yeah, and with that
said,
we'll say goodbye.
And the next episode after this is going to be our first milestone episode, episode 10. So we'll see you on that episode.
All right. See you guys. Peace.
Adios.
If you were our advisor, what would you say? Then I would say delete that.